What defines a space or place? Is it stone or steel or walls? Is it how it makes us feel? Or is there something beyond? Johnson Controls, in collaboration with our customers and partners, is leading a fundamental transformation of how spaces and places are perceived and enjoyed. This transformation is taking us beyond buildings. Now, spaces have memory and identity. They become like ecosystems, balancing and responding to the flow of information, services, and people. A physical location becomes a kind of stage for digital amenities and learning opportunities. This is how a space comes alive. It's not only about adding intelligence. It's about creating new relationships, new harmonies between people and spaces. Applying data from both inside buildings and beyond, our customers can now manage operations systemically, improving sustainability. This is how value keeps building. Spaces and places are opening up to new possibilities. This transformation has a name: Open Blue, a dynamic new space from Johnson Controls.
Overall, for us, what's a smart building? It's a building that's intelligent, that's connected, that all the in-building systems coherently integrate in ways that bring more value to the owner, occupiers, and users of buildings. Johnson Controls is the world's leading building technology company, and we supply products and services that make buildings more secure, more sustainable, more productive, and we help owners, occupiers, and tenants of buildings get the most out of their built environment. The security needs of buildings and cities are changing rapidly, and so that means things like extreme weather events that can impact you, insider threat, crime, terror, social media. We have to come up with solutions that protect enterprises from those risks and threats. And that's really enabled by digital transformation. It's enabled by cloud technology. It's enabled by machine learning and AI capability that didn't exist before, but now you need it to deal with the volume of information that you ingest. And those are the solutions that Johnson Controls are bringing to our clients, because we understand intimately what's inside a building, all the technologies that can be deployed, how to find them, where they are, how they're performing, and then what are the protections that you layer on top of those to make sure no bad actor can access those systems and give bad commands and controls to those that are outside of what you want to have those systems do. The intelligence and the in-building equipment is in our portfolio, and this building is a great example of all of that in one space that we can bring customers to and show. So it's got our intrusion security, our access control, our CCTV, our fire detection, our fire suppression systems. So we integrate all those different systems into one central management system, Johnson Controls Enterprise Management, that manages the entire building. Our security system here, we've integrated with the destination control lift system. So as you badge in through our access control system, that informs us that you're here and you're in the building, you've arrived, and we know who you're going to visit. And so the lifts then take over and they'll deliver you security to that destination only, and they'll do that in the lowest energy way that we can do.
So if you have a breach in some part of your security posture, knowing where the gap is the first most important thing. There's a big gap in industry today where there isn't an inventory, a digital inventory of all of the different parts of your security portfolio. So that really is the first step, to understand where all of the parts are, know what the status of it is, and also too its vulnerability to cyber threat. So in Johnson Controls we have assurance services, and that allows you to be able to digitize all of the inventory for your security portfolio. In there you'll be able to determine your monitoring capabilities of your assets in your security portfolio and observe for any degradation of any of those assets.
And so what you see on the screen here is we can give you an enterprise view. So we start at a world view, where are all your buildings and your assets? and then we can zoom into any particular asset. In this case, we'll zoom into a building in Cork in Ireland. So if you imagine a digital twin of a building, what does that mean? Well, it means there are, literally hundreds of thousands of components and things and systems and electronics within a building. And so we're able to bring that digital twin, that view, to life on a screen like this, where you see the building, but then if you want to understand the layers and things within a building, here you see exploding out into all the things that are contained within the building. And again, that's what helps us to manage the life cycle of your building post-construction. And that's hugely empowering for all kinds of use cases, for preventive maintenance, for quick fixes, for bringing service technicians to buildings, if you want to value the asset, if you want to sell the asset.
Customers play a key part in keeping data and buildings secure, because essentially security is about human behaviour. But for us, it's about empowering our customers in knowing where they begin that security journey. So cyber hygiene is that first step. Knowing where your assets are, knowing where your endpoints are, knowing the status and health condition of those assets. Do they need to be quarantined? Have they been compromised? And empowering our customers with the tools and technologies that we've developed here gives them the ability to defend against potential threats, and give them the knowledge of understanding the enterprise risk for them.
Reactive security could be considered as responding to an incident or threat, but only after you understand what the incident or threat is. Proactive security is a greater insight to what might be occurring before it occurs, so you can get a faster response time from your security divisions. Specifically, what we use in Johnson Controls is artificial intelligence, machine learning and data analytics to better understand what's happening in your environment.
So within Johnson Controls, we have a number of different platforms that build on top of that. The first is our Johnson Controls Digital Vault. That's really the platform that brings in all the data, structures it, makes it coherent. On top of that, then you can actually start to do the data analytics. And from that data analytics, then we can branch off into a number of different areas. So proactive enterprise management is the buzzword at the moment. Most buildings and smart buildings are moving to adopt and use that. And that is where you have this continuous management of the cycle inside the building, be it for performance or energy. An example of that from Johnson Controls is Johnson Controls Enterprise Management, where you can manage a single building or an entire portfolio across the planet.
Johnson Controls plans to stay ahead of that changing curve that we see, or this technology curve that we see coming at us, by investing heavily in digital transformation. So we have created a digital solutions business unit in Johnson Controls with its sole purpose is to understand those changes in technology and how do we harvest all of that data and that digital transformation. How do we help clients on the digital transformation journey in buildings, in security? How do we leverage all that technology that's emerging and put it to economical use? And so for us, that's a constant challenge. It's our daily challenge that we do, but it's one that we really enjoy. It's very exciting. It is a new frontier. We're a company that's been around for more than 100 years, so we've stood the test of time. But for us, this is the next generation. And so we're investing heavily in it. We understand it is the way the world is moving. It is what our big clients are looking for us to solve. And we're working at pace to bring solutions for all of those needs in digital transformation.
히림 건축이 창립 50주년을 맞이하였습니다. 먼저 함께했던 모든 분들께 깊은 감사를 드립니다. 건축 디자인은 물리적인 구조물과 공간의 구축을 통해서 사람들의 생활과 삶을 디자인하는 것입니다. 여기에는 현재의 시간 그리고 현재의 경험만이 아니라 미래의 시간과 경험도 포함됩니다. 건축가들은 끊임없이 꿈을 꿉니다. 더 나은 공간과 더 건강한 환경, 그리고 더 풍부한 경험 같은 것들, 이런 것들을 말입니다. 건축은 과학기술의 발달과 사회가치의 변화와 함께 변화하고 성장해 왔습니다. 히림 건축이 설립되던 50년 전과 지금의 도시와 건축 환경은 너무나도 다릅니다. 건축가도 변화하는 환경에 따라 계속 변모해 왔습니다. 그렇지만 변함없는 건축 디자인의 본질은 사람이 중심에 있다는 것입니다. 히림 건축은 People, Excellence, Creativity, Sustainability를 핵심 가치로 삼고 있습니다. 우수한 인재들의 탁월한 창의성으로 도시와 건축의 품격을 높이고 지속 가능한 미래사회 구현에 기여하겠다는 뜻입니다. 미래의 건축 디자인은 엄청나게 달라질 것입니다. 딥러닝으로 학습한 AI를 활용해서 인간의 상상력과 경험의 한계를 뛰어넘게 될 것이고, 지구의 환경 문제는 점점 더 중요해져서 건축가도 에너지와 미세먼지 그리고 생태 환경의 전문가가 되지 않으면 안 될 것입니다. 어쩌면 생각보다 빠른 시간에 우주의 다른 행성에 집을 짓게 될지도 모릅니다. 최근에 갑자기 우리가 미래라고 부르는 사회가 이미 다가와 있는 것 같습니다. 그래서 히림 건축은 우리만의 창의성과 상상력으로 새로운 100년 미래를 디자인하기 위해서 중단 없이 도전할 것입니다.